To 11 minutes away from 3 o'clock. Let's go back to our developing story here this Monday afternoon. Manqoba Mchunu once again joining us on the ground in Mohlakeng. We lost you a couple of minutes ago, Manqoba. Let's come back to you again. Now we are seeing you having moved away from the shack that you were talking about, heading straight into what looks like the smoke of a fire in that informal settlement. The hunt for Zamazamas still on the go. What are you hearing? What are residents telling you?
Well, Gareth, I can certainly tell you that the situation is quite volatile here in Mohlakeng. As you can see, Gareth, this is one of the shacks that has been set alight by community members here in Bundu Inn. Of course, the suspicion is that this is one of the shacks that is housing illegal Zamazamas in this particular area. And so this is what community members have done now. They've gone to this shack, they've set it alight, and it's just one of many shacks that are currently burning here in this particular area. So they've been moving from house to house, literally, Gareth, trying to find those illegal miners, trying to remove them from this particular community. And I'm just going to move, Gareth, just to give you a sense of where the community is. You can see, Gareth, all over this informal settlements, there are fires, there are equipment that has been set alight, there are shacks that have been set alight, and this is where the community members are now. They are going to one of those shacks here, where, of course, again, they've been told that there are illegal miners that are here, that are staying at this particular shack. And as I explained earlier, Gareth, they're really not asking for any permission to go into these settlements. They're just going inside, they're dismantling some of them, and they are removing the equipment that they believe is being used for illegal mining. So they have congregated here, but this is not the only group, Gareth, that is here. There are several groups here in this particular settlement that have gone to various directions, really trying to squeeze illegal miners out of this community. And as you can see, Gareth, they are now inside that particular homestead where they want to dismantle one of the shacks there, and they're saying that they want illegal miners in this community to leave. Of course, we've heard pretty similar allegations as far as some of the claims that are being made by community members. They accuse these illegal miners of being behind the heinous crimes in this community. And in fact, they are telling us that, police are simply not doing their bit when it comes to dealing with illegal mining issues in this community. But I'm going to move, Gareth, just so that you have a full picture of what exactly is happening here in the settlement. I'm seeing more fires this side, where I'm now going to, just to give you a picture of what is happening. We are moving in between the informal settlement. And of course, the danger element at this particular point is that some of these shacks are close to each other. So there's also fears from some of the community members that, in fact, some of these shacks could, catch fire as well. And these are people that might not necessarily have anything to do with what is happening, anything to do with illegal mining. But this is what we're seeing right now, Gareth. The situation remaining quite tense here. We're seeing shacks burning here. We're seeing fires in this informal settlement. And of course, we're seeing those houses or those rented rooms believed to be belonging to illegal miners being set alight by community members.
And what we're not seeing at all as well, even during our earlier crossing, Manqoba, is any police. I saw a lot of police, even officials, with Moloto in roughly the same area where you are now in Mohlakeng, but I wasn't able to spot any police while you were running along with community members and into the informal settlement now. Are you seeing any more authorities arriving on the scene now that we're seeing these shacks going up in flames?
Well, not at all, Gareth. I can tell you that I have not seen not even a single policeman here on the ground. And of course, they had promised earlier on that they are on the ground. In fact, I think I spoke to the district commissioner here in the West Rand, and he had said that their operations have started here. But I can tell you, Gareth, that where we are now, not even a single policeman inside, and we haven't even seen any police vans or any police inyalas here that are, keeping an eye on what is happening here. But what we're seeing are just scenes of community members destroying and going around this particular informal settlement, burning some of the things at these informal settlements. And You know, really, police are nowhere to be seen. Gareth, I can tell you that there is not even a single policeman here. And, you know, one wonders exactly where the police are and, you know, what sort of intel do they have as far as this protest, as far as these demonstrations are concerned. It does seem that their call for calm, the appeals to the community to let them handle this has fallen on deaf ears. These community members are fed up. These community members are saying that they're not going to wait for police. They're going to take matters into their own hands. Of course, they have been apprehending some of the illegal miners that gave chase, as you saw earlier, Gareth, trying to find illegal miners in this community. And so now what they've done is that they've taken the next step. They're going to these houses, they're destroying, they're removing property inside these houses and setting them alight. So that's what's happening now, Gareth. More fires that we're seeing this side. Many of these shacks burning and desperate landlords we're seeing trying to douse the flames. I can see one day, a lady there, desperately trying to douse the flames of the shack here that has been set on fire. I think I've counted about 6 of these shacks that have been set alight by community members. I don't know whether I can try and speak to the lady just to get a sense of, you know, what is going on here. Mama, ngiyabona ukuthi niyazama ukucima lo mlilo. Kunjani nje isimo mama?
Dembi. Manje konje kubi baba. Ngoba kuzowacha mina ngakho ukuthatha kuphila abantwana baba abancane babayi2 amathini bothi nomkhulu wami na umkhukhwala umama lo kuzowacha lo mathelona bathatha ifoni yakhe
amafoni ayide manje ayaphi amafoni manje
Bathatha amafoni wena ma?
nanku umama kana phone wakhe apha next door uthathe ubana kukho umuntu oyazi izinto zabathi ngokukamosheka musi
Nizizwa kanjani mama ngale nto enzakalayo?
thina singabafuni vele ukuthi ngoba bayasihlupha mara sithi ukuthi basimoshele nathi ubona ngoku imikhukhu yethu nathi iyatsha musi so sizohlala phi ke thina masitshele
Okay, so manje nizama ukucima la umlilo.
semucima umlilo manje.
Oh, okay. All right, well.
Ukuthi ungake lapha emgidini wami.
Okay. Yeah, the desperation from these residents who are trying to douse the fire here or trying to just get a control of the flames here. Of course, the fear is that they're going to also, you know, they might burn some of the shacks here in this particular area. So those are community members desperate. The situation is quite tense, as I tell you, Gareth. You can see there are many shacks right now that are on fire, and there is still those community members that are going around, that are still looking for some of these shacks. And there are many of them that they say are here in this community. Of course, they accuse these zamazamas or these illegal miners in this community of being behind crime that is taking place in this particular community.
Tensions increasing, no police visibility, and houses and shacks being razed to the ground. The danger, of course, as Manqoba Mchunu says, is they might set one particular shack on fire that they believe is a zamazama, but as we've seen in informal settlements before, it can very quickly spread into a widespread fire. From inside the community for us, eNCA reporter Manqoba Mchunu for us, back for you again a little bit later.